Hi, my name is Kavitran son of Stamram, and you can call me Kavi. This is my submission for AI Can Do It, Tencent Cloud, and UTM Hackathon under the AI agent track. So the case study I choose is case study 2, the Intelligent Early Warning System for Organizational Performance from JCorp. My project is called Argus. Argus solves a simple but important problem. Most companies only find out about performance problems after they have already been happened, when someone manually reviews a report weeks later. So Argus is to build to catch these problems automatically. So the moment they appear, it will explain what is happening in plain language. So let me show you how it works. So when we go to this URL, it shows the Argus dashboard. It's not a normal KPI dashboard, but the important features. So first, we look at these three charts, where one for finance, one for sales, and one for operations, and each showing 8 months of the company data. So the solid line is actual value of each month, and the dashed line is the target. And these red dots are marked to the months where something went wrong. So I also built a zoom feature. So if I click on any chart, it opens up larger, and I can scroll to zoom, or I can drag to pan out, which is useful where if you want to look closely on a specific month. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the top of the page. This is something I call the organizational health synthesis. So this paragraph, it's written by the AI agent that looked at every single problem flagged across all three departments and figure out which one are actually connected to each other. For example, it noticed the margin drop, the revenue drop, and the fulfillment cost spike this month, and all of those are connected to the same underlying causes. While a separate issue like a return rate spike is actually independent and unrelated. So below that, we can see three priority actions ranked by what the leadership should act on first. So now let's look at the alert panels. So each one of these cards is the real anomaly that my system detect automatically using actual statistics, not just AI guessing. At bottom here, it explains in plain terms how detection works. A KPI gets flagged when it moves unusually far from its recent trend or misses its target by more than 8%. So let me click one of these alerts. And okay, at here, when I click it, it explains and show exactly what triggered this alert, the specific numbers of behind it, and a small history table so you can see the trend over the past few months. And here, this is the important part. So this is the finance AI agent. It only ever talks about the finance related problems. It does not comment on sales or operations. It looks at the real numbers and gives a clear explanation on why the margin likely dropped and one specific action to take. So let me show you one more. So if you can see here, when I click it, it shows the sales agent explaining a different problem, a return rate spike. Notice that the explanation is different and the grounded in different numbers because this is a separate expert focused on sales. So as I previously mentioned, I has also been build the zooming feature for the charts, so we can open up. It can opens up larger, and I can scroll to zoom or drag to pan around, which is useful if you want to look closely at a specific month. So how it works actually? Behind the scenes, there are three layers. The first layer is real anomaly detection engine. This is not AI, this is actual statistics. Every month, for every metric, the system calculates how far it is from the target and how unusual it's compared to the recent trend. If something crosses a certain threshold, it gets flagged automatically. The second layer is called the domain expert agents. Once something is flagged, it is sent to one of the three agents, finance, sales, or operations. Each one is only allowed to talk about its own area. This keeps the explanation focused and accurate instead of vague. The third layer is the synthesis agent. This one looks everything at all the expert says, and it figure out if any problems are actually connected, then writes a clear summary for the leadership with the top priorities. So I built this Argus using WorkBuddy, which helped me to put together the Flask backend and the anomaly detection logic, the agent prompts, and the dashboard front end. One thing I learned during this project that AI models sometimes need enough space to finish the answers properly. If you cut them too early, you get incomplete or broken response. I had to adjust how much room I gave the model to think and respond before it could reliably give me a complete answer every time. I also learned how important it is to test with the real data and actually read through the several logs, because a lot of bugs I ran into not obvious just from looking the screen. Reading the logs was often the only way I understand what's really happening. So this is Argus, an early warning system that helps organizations catch problems before they become a crisis, using real detection and AI agents that explain what is happening in a human language. So that's all for me. Thank you for watching.